Let's talk about recovery and how to recover from injuries up to 3 times faster than you would normally do. So here's the thing. Usually when adult people injure themselves, they heal a lot slower than children do. And usually when they try to find reasons for it, they're like, yeah, I'm much older and stuff like that. But I think that's just one of the minor reasons why you heal slower. The major reasons are how you handle the injury. So when you are injured, what most adults do is they kind of ignore their injury. Like when your wrist is hurt, you just don't use the wrist anymore. Like an injured wolf, he will just start to limp and he will just not use that limb anymore. Or maybe even try to gnaw it off. That's why they use that collar for dogs so they don't gnaw off the hurt body part. And what you should actually do is care for what is hurt as much as possible. So the first thing is that you should go to the doctor often and immediately if you're injured. It's kind of a no-brainer, but most men don't, especially men. That's one of the major reasons why men don't live as long as women. They're like, yeah, it's just a scratch, let's call it a draw, I don't mind. But think about it. If your car has a check engine light or you need to change the oil or whatever, you bring it to the mechanic, probably immediately, to fix the car because it's expensive. But you can buy a new car probably, but you can never buy a new body. So you should care for it a lot more. Or imagine that you would have a very expensive racing horse, costs $1 million, best horse of your stable. Man, if that has a little limp, you care for it until it is good. And that's how you should care for yourself. You're the most important racing horse in your stable. You are the breeding bull of your stable. So you're the most important body for yourself that exists. And you should care for yourself very good. So when I'm injured, the technique I use is what I dub bringing it back. So when my wrist is injured, what most men do is, as I said, they ignore it. And then they try to ignore the injury. So they just try to continue using their body part as if it wasn't injured. And thus they injure it even more. So when I start limping, I will probably injure my knee then, my back, the pain starts to spread out, or I'll just have a bad knee. Many people are like that. I hurt my knee when I was 12 years old and now it's my bad knee. That's not what's supposed to happen. And if you look at it, professional athletes injure themselves a whole lot and most of the times make a full recovery and come back to 100%. And the reason is they care. They care. They are cared for. They got a lot of, they got a team behind them, got a physiotherapist and stuff, and you can do that for yourself. So when I had an ACL tear, ACL and menisc, completely tore off. Leg was basically dangling around. 3 months later, I had a professional MMA fight. And how I could do that was I got surgery, very good one. And then 3 hours per day, I was caring only for my knee. I was building it back up from scratch. I was not waiting until it's healed, doing nothing. And then boom, I come back. I was slowly climbing up the ladder. So I was starting to move it, like if it would be my elbow, I would start moving it, and or if my neck hurts or my wrist, let's say it's a wrist, or probably you got neck pain, right? So what you do is you either do not move your neck, or you move it like you force it, and neither of them is the correct way. The correct way is I move it easily, right? Because I want my neck to move pain-free. So I do what I can do pain-free. I explore the range of motion that I can do. I explore what can I do to build the trust again to my body part that is hurt, to my neck. So I move it like, yeah, that feels good, okay, yeah, slowly left and right, all right, yeah, up and down, okay, yeah. I start standing on one leg a bit, okay. I start skipping a bit maybe, okay, yeah, it works. Many people that had a injured knee never jump again, and I totally jump. I can stand on one leg, twist around and land again. because I built that trust in my knee from scratch, like a baby builds the trust in his or her body by building up the movements. And that's taking it back, caring for it, touching it a lot, which is also very important. Many physiotherapists, they will massage you a lot, and one of the major factors, one of the major reasons it works is you get kinesthetic input. So you feel, so the energy flows better, the chi flows better, would a Chinese person probably say. But it's also just kinesthetic input. So you get sensory input from the limb to your brain, and it's positive sensory input. So it starts to feel, yeah, it's positive, yeah. All right, it's moving, yeah, I can take it back, boom, 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 boom. And you can take back any body part from almost any injury. So you should use and apply that technique. Maybe I'm gonna do more videos in the future about it. If you like that method, drop a comment. If you got any questions, drop a comment. If you have a good experience or your own method about coming back from injuries, bouncing back stronger, drop a comment as well. And thanks for watching. See you next time.